Good morning. It is bright and early. It's actually a day off work for me, but I'm up early because I am heading out after. I do, though, want to get ahead on some cooking. I'm making a beef stir fry. Usually I make chicken, but beef was on sale. So I'm gonna prep this and put it in the fridge so that I don't have to do it later on. The thing that's on my mind today, I was thinking about it last night too, and I thought, you know what, this could be a fun topic to vlog about, is the idea of manifesting. I know I'm getting lots of reflections. Sorry, the sun is coming in right there. You must hear this a lot, right? This term, I manifested this. You see someone who got this beautiful house, you know, their dream house, and they're like, I manifested this house. And this is such a foreign concept to me. And I have to almost wonder if it's just a weird spin or a lie, because I would never think to phrase anything that's happened to me, anything good that's happened to me, as a manifestation of my dreams, I guess. All the things that I have, I wanted it and I worked for it. And then there's the whole realm of things that you dream of but that don't ever happen. What is this idea of manifesting? I find it so foreign to me. Like, I guess it's my age, but it would just never occur to me to speak in these terms about anything. The idea of manifesting is just not in my vocabulary. Obviously, I understand what it means, but it doesn't mean anything to me, if that makes any sense. And then I think for me, where it also gets murky is, this is chicken powder, which to be honest is essential for a good Cantonese stir fry. Where things get murky to me is like, people say, I manifested this and I manifested that. Well, what about the things that they manifested that didn't happen? I don't really believe that you can manifest anything. So I guess I'm just a skeptic about the whole idea of manifestation. Also, what I don't like is I think that it makes people who haven't been successful feel like they didn't do the right thing. Like, other people are knowing how to manifest and they don't. It's so ridiculous. Like putting something up on a inspiration board, you know, cutting out magazine photos and posting them on a board. That's great. That's called having goals. Like I don't know. I just have this profound disconnect with this terminology. Or I've been lucky in my life. Like I do believe in luck. There's a lot of luck that goes into life, and there's a lot of work, and there's a lot of setting goals, and then there's a lot of things that just don't work out for you. So I don't know. I think it's a bit of a ridiculous concept, personally. However, I would love to hear from you. What am I getting wrong about the idea of manifesting things? Like, I manifested this relationship, I manifested this car, I manifested my success on YouTube. I just don't think life works like that. I just feel like the things I have, I'm lucky to have. Like, I have a relationship. I've been married for a long time. I didn't manifest that. That's just how it turned out for me. Should I be giving myself more credit? If you want the full recipe for this Cantonese style stir fry, it is back a few vlogs ago, but I have one where I do the whole cooking process for this, and including what you need and all this stuff. Oh, I'm missing garlic, which is kind of essential. You do need a bit of garlic or else you don't get a really good flavor. So I'm just really getting in there, but I need to get garlic with my clean hand. And then I also need to wake up my kid pretty soon. Otherwise, he will sleep probably until 11, as I definitely did at that age. Yeah, manifestation, I don't know. You know, I got a scholarship when I went to university. Did I manifest that? I don't feel like I did. I feel like I worked my butt off to get that scholarship. You know, I worked really hard on getting really good grades so that I could get one. Didn't manifest it. I knew what I wanted. So I don't chop up the garlic because I want to be able to actually take that out at some point. But it really is essential for flavoring, as is the chicken powder. Don't leave out those two things, or else, you know, you'll really lack flavor and you'll wonder, why isn't this flavorful? And that will be why. So I need to add some water. Just use this. A bit more soy sauce. If you use this Kikkoman brand soy sauce, it is very salty. So you may not need to add any other salt on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and I'll see you upstairs. You can already see that it's sunnier. You can see some sunbeams coming into the house, which is unusual for me. So I'm just putting my Ultra Human ring on for the day. That was just charging up this morning. And now it's time to put on the LED mask. Yes, I'm fully aware of how crazy this makes me look. Nonetheless, I'm committed to trying it out for you guys because I said I would keep going. And so I'm gonna keep going until I just cannot anymore, I guess. But now the downside is I made myself a fresh coffee and I can't drink it because it just doesn't fit through the mouth hole. So that's sad. So I just have to like sadly look at my coffee and not able to have any. Okay, you don't want to see this, we'll fast forward. Okay, all done now. Oh my gosh. What I'm not liking is that sometimes leave a little bit of imprint on my face. I've been finding that keeping this next to my bed down here helps me to remember to put it on. Sometimes I just like roll over and put it on in the morning. I had the funniest day yesterday. I had a lot of fun. It was my watercolor class, and I'm gonna insert some clips that I took yesterday. Jen and I first stopped off at this newish Vietnamese sandwich. Have you ever had Vietnamese sandwiches? They're so good because they have the French colonial influence of the baguettes. So those are amazing. And then they have like just, you know, those Vietnamese flavors like lemongrass. And I had like lemongrass chicken and that was really good. Then we had our watercolor class. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of fun, but not for the reasons you would think. There was nothing specifically about the instruction that was cracking us up, but we had to do these like watercolor cats and we were making mistakes and just howling. We were just howling with laughter at ourselves, really. Not at anybody else, not at the instructor or anything like that, but they turned out so bad. Oh my God, it was funny though. You know what? That was a very humbling experience. Like just when you think, oh, I've mastered watercolor, you realize you're never gonna master watercolor. Someone's gonna throw a subject at you like a cat and it's gonna look like garbage. And then you're gonna laugh your head off. Today I'm putting on Merit, as I do almost every day. This color suits me so good. It's called Ochre. I don't think I've ever found a foundation with a closer match to my skin tone. What I will do is eventually move closer. Like I'll take my mirror and then I'll go over here where you can't see me. And I have to look in the window because if I just do it in here, there's not enough natural light and I almost always leave a little streak somewhere. So that's what I'm up to. If you're wondering if you should try it, I think it is definitely worth trying, but I will say it takes a few days. So if you just like test it at Sephora and you just do a little streak on your arm or like on your face or whatever, if they clean it off for you, you might not like it, because I didn't like it for the first 2 or 3 days. Then eventually I learned how to spread it out a bit better. I figured that actually with this one, a brush is nicer than fingers, oddly. You don't need this. This is Merit's brush, but you don't need Merit's brush. But if you're wondering why my skin looks nice, I actually don't think it's so much the mask. I think it's more this foundation than anything else. And then I've got this like hyperpigmentation, so I'll go back in. And then this is so travel friendly, right? Foundation is not this travel friendly. Like I will take this with me during the day and put it in my purse. It's not a big deal. It's larger than a lipstick. Well, quite a bit larger. There's my chapstick by comparison, but it doesn't leak. I don't have to like struggle to put it on. I can just put a couple dabs on and there, you're done. Whereas if you took foundation, like liquid foundation, it's not quite that easy. So do I have time for the gym or not? It's getting kind of tight. I don't know. I think you can see from my surroundings, I did not make it to the gym. I didn't have enough time, which is kind of a shame because around 11 is my prime time to get at the gym. That's when I have the most energy, but I just didn't want to be rushing around. I'm meeting Yuki. Somewhere I've been meaning to go for literally the last year, but I keep putting it off. Our calendars are finally aligned, so we're gonna meet down there. If I can get there, there's like a subway delay. What else is new? Finally, here we go. Fingers crossed for a smooth trip. Just a few stops on the subway, and now I'm gonna take this streetcar all the way downtown because I live at Midtown, and so it's a long haul, I'm not gonna lie. I think this whole trip's taking me like an hour, and it's not actually that far, it's just that's our subway system, streetcar system. The streetcars, people love them, but they're incredibly slow. At least we have a public transportation system that is safe enough, I guess. It's not always safe, and I guess affordable enough. Hopefully I can get a seat because it's a long ride for me. Maybe 30 minutes on here. Let's see.
510 Spadina to Union Station.
All right, not too crowded. Actually riding backwards, which bothers some people.
Sussex Avenue.
But doesn't bother me that much. This journey reminds me of going to my grandparents' house who lived at actually the next streetcar stop. On this side of the street is the campus of the University of Toronto, which is my alma mater, and it's a huge campus. I had classes in that building right there, and then a whole bunch more classes further down you can't see. I've spent a lot of time around here in my university days. Then you do this kind of twist around this building. It looks so pretty on a sunny day. Trees are not in bloom though. Not yet. They reopened this building because it wasn't open when I was a student. Luckily this streetcar is pretty empty, or else this would be probably pretty miserable. But got my own seats here, so that's nice. Okay, we're getting to Chinatown. Have a look. There's one of my favorite little art stores, Schwartzman's. It's been there for 40-something years, maybe longer. So here's a little taste of
Dundas Street West.
Chinatown. That is a traditional Chinese medicine kind of place right there. And King's Noodle, which has been there a very long time. Very busy intersection right here. And that is Dragon City Mall, which is kind of the anchor for this neighborhood. Here we are. Okay, Front Street West, and do I know where I'm going? I do not, but I think, yeah, that's it. So this is it, my friends. It's a huge I don't even know what it is, like a shopping mall slash food place. Like, looks like something out of Las Vegas. Let's see if I can back up further. No, I can't. I can't even get the whole thing into the frame. I got here well before Yuki because I wanted a chance to look around. There's an Adidas in here, which is full of very promising and cute looking things, but I'll tell you one downside I'm noticing already is that this place is semi-outdoors. I'm freezing. It's like a wind tunnel in here. Yeah, it's like an indoor-outdoor concept. So all of this is open to the elements. There are no like front doors. It's chilly. They have a Sephora though, so I guess I'll forgive them. Oh, and a Struck tube. Okay, we can look at some furniture, I suppose. Architecturally though, this place is really cool. I'm not sure this is the right climate for a completely indoor-outdoor space like this, but wow. There's a lower level as well. Can you see me? It is beautiful here. Very, very nice, very, very quiet, and very, very chilly. A lot of really nice shops. There's an Indigo, which is our bookstore. And now that I think about it, this is actually where the Globe and Mail, which is Canada's big national newspaper and also my husband's employer, he's a newspaper reporter. This used to be exactly where his building was. And the reason I know this is because, well, I know that they demolished the building and they moved his work to the other side of town, but there's a restaurant that I can see that used to be behind his work. It is called Le Select Bistro, and we used to go there sometimes. They do like really lovely French breakfasts. Let's see, that building there. This is gonna be gorgeous in the summer though. When it's hot, it's gonna be nice and cool here. I'm hiding out in the corner of the bookstore now, just waiting to meet up with Yuki, but I wanna show you what I'm seeing because it's so pretty. Look at this building. They've done it really nicely with the arches and the ceiling above. And obviously it's a big tower, so it goes much higher than what you're seeing here. People walking their dogs through. There's a guy taking photographs. Nice vibes down here. Some big deliveries here for me. I have arrived home to a great number of parcels, so let's open them up. I always see people use big crazy knives, but I just use this little touch knife. I've had this for a long time, and I don't know. Do you really need a switchblade to open a box? I don't think so, but I guess it looks very nice and macho. This is, what is this? This is a ZIIP device, which is a microcurrent device. Did I even ask for this or are they just sending it to me? Unclear. So you know how it goes. If I use them and I like it, you will hear about it. If I use it and I don't like it, you will never hear about it again. So that is my promise to you. This is one of those, kind of like, what's the other one called? A new face or something like that, where you hold it and it kind of electrostimulates your face. Apparently these work according to dermatologists, but they stop working the instant you stop using them. Now these two boxes, if you saw my last vlog, I was complaining about spending $65 on customs and duty fees for things that I could not remember what they are. So I don't really remember what's in these boxes because I think I discussed it with the company back in, I want to say it was January at this point. So let's have a look. Okay, this is from the company RIKI Loves RIKI, who I'm unfamiliar with. This box is full to the brim. What is in here though? Foam. Did I ask for this? I can't remember. RIKI Baby Face LED Light Therapy Face Mask. It's got all the different modes. I think it's one of the flat style LED masks. So that's the interesting thing about making LED face mask content. When you start making some, then other people want to send you face masks, but then how many masks do you need? I would argue you really only need the one, but other people are keen for you to also try theirs. RIKI High Roller Handheld Skincare Device, LED Light and Therapeutic Warming Microcurrent. So another skincare device. Oh, but I like this. Okay, this is starting to ring a bell. And that is something that is actually of great use to me, which is an LED makeup mirror. It's just like a mirror to help you put your makeup on, but it's got lights around it. So I think that this is something they're really well known for. And I will crack into this right away. Here we are. It's just like a mirror, a makeup mirror. This is fantastic. I have so much use for this. You have no idea. Remember, just by coincidence, I was talking about how it's dark where I am, where I put my makeup on and I have to go by the window. Well, I'm not gonna have to anymore. So I have this and it is, see if there's any power in. Oh, it's working. And it's so skinny and nice. So RIKI Loves RIKI. They're famous for this product. Then it's got this thing, I think, where you can actually just attach your phone to it at the same time in case you wanna like make your video content while putting on your makeup. What's going on with this though? Okay, there we are. So you can do your makeup and, you know, chat with your people. Oh, but the magnet's only right in the center. That's really interesting. Very handy. Love that. Look at this pretty wiping cloth they have for it too. Isn't that nice? That's just for cleaning the surface off. Oh, very pretty. Not to sound ungrateful, but I kind of think this cloth is like more exciting visually to me than even receiving these other devices. But I am in love with this. I'm super, super thrilled to have this because that is something I can use every day. What's in this box though? Because I don't remember. It's not so much heavy as it is bulky. I have to move this over. This is getting to be too many things here now. This is a very large LED mirror, and I mean very large. Look at this. It's just heavy as well. So it's basically like the other mirror, but just extremely big. Large, and I mean large. You can see I'm struggling with it. It's awkward. A very, very large LED mirror. Where am I gonna put this? This is called the RIKI Tall, and I have no idea how to install it. All right, let me set this into the stand, and let's see how it looks. The little bits of white are just styrofoam. It weighs a lot. There it is. So they sent me 2 LED devices. One is a face mask, one is just like a handheld. And there was also a small LED mirror to do my makeup, and then this very large one. This one is so big. I don't even know where I'll be able to put that. I like it though. It looks like an Apple product almost. What lovely deliveries. I'm so lucky. Don't think that I don't feel lucky when I get these things. I definitely do. Although I will say, I probably in my life have gotten more freebies than your average person, because even when I used to work in magazines, you would get even more stuff than I'm getting right now. I mean, every day you'd come to your desk and there'd be a pile full of like books and like beauty supplies, shampoo, makeup, the latest set of lipsticks, 10 of Essie's newest nail polishes. It just was like this endless supply. And that completely dried up for me for quite a long time, like more than 10 years. And it's so interesting now to be getting things again. I do enjoy it though. I'm not gonna lie. It is fun. It is fun. It's like Christmas, unboxing a bunch of stuff you can barely remember what it was sometimes. Oh, this accidentally got open. Okay, Yuki and I found the cutest little market that had all these really cute Asian foods and other types of foods, but she told me to get this. This is lattes from Korea. It's like instant latte. You just pour water over this. So this is a really good Korean latte. And Yuki is Japanese, so she always knows all the good Japanese products to get, and so she said that this is good as well. This is a Japanese version of lattes, basically, or maybe this is the cappuccino. I don't know because I don't read Japanese, but it's definitely either a latte or a cappuccino. Again, instant pouches. I love Japanese curry, so I got a box of this. This is the hot one. And then if you know Kewpie mayo, Kewpie also makes other things. This is a yuzu and koshu dressing, which is like a kind of citrus hot spicy salad dressing, or you can use it as a marinade and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try that. That should be good. Not today though, because I'm not having salad today. I'm having stir fry. I couldn't resist. Instant bubble tea kit. This is a strawberry flavor. Yum. I love a bubble tea. Don't know if this kit is any good, but I think she said the honeydew melon version is good, so I'm thinking that this will be good as well. And last but not least, a chili crisp. Because you know there's many famous Asian style chili crisps, but Killian can never have them because they almost always have like a may contain nuts on the label, but this is like a local one from Toronto. And no, I'm sorry, it's not a Canadian brand. Nonetheless, the important part was that it does not have any may contain nuts in it, so he can definitely have this. And this is the extra hot. It's called Hot Crispy Oil. So that is my little mini grocery haul on top of a really nice lunch that we had. We went to like a French bistro style place that was quite upscale actually. And I had a French onion flavored burger, a French onion burger it was called, and that was really good. Yuki had the chicken pot pie, and we had a salad as well, and it was just lovely to sit and chat and just be in a relaxed atmosphere and have a nice day off together. Well, actually, she was coming from meetings because she had some meetings downtown, so it was a day off for me, but it was just her lunch break basically for her, so I shouldn't say that. But nice to have one of those leisurely lunches. It just feels so civilized. I'm so happy I'm at this stage of my life where I have more time to sit down with friends and just not have anywhere to scurry off to after my lunch is done. I can just sit there for a while, eat slowly, have that extra coffee or whatever, and then just slowly make my way home. So that's what I did. So I'm home now and it's time for me to cook. So I'm not going to take you through that, but I will see you later on in the day. If it seems as if I have not been home very much today, it's because I haven't. I was back for 2 hours, but now I'm back out. A question I get asked a lot by you guys is, do I get bored of going to the gym and what do I do in that case? And yes, I definitely do. But I get bored of a lot of things and I still do them. It's kind of not the point, right? I'm so bored of brushing my teeth, but I can't really ever stop. So it's kind of like that. The other thing I get asked is, what do I do at the gym for the 20 minutes that I am there? So what I will typically do is 20 minutes of zone 2 cardio. Sorry, I know it's windy. Try and cup this microphone so it doesn't get the wind noises. 20 minutes of zone 2 cardio, and then I try and work out with some strength training if I have time, but I definitely do the cardio. So zone 2 is when you feel tired, but you're not like breathless. If you've ever walked with someone who's a very fast walker, you're kind of trying to keep up with them, it's something like that. You can definitely have a conversation, so you're not like huffing and puffing really hard, but like you're not sitting on the couch either. You generally means that your heart rate is elevated, but it's not sky high. You're not like 10 out of 10 running like a bear is chasing you, but you're not like slowly walking either. Then if you're short on time, you can just do some planks. I just lift some 8-pound weights. I maybe do some leg machines. Those are easy to do. And if you don't want to do any of those things, just walk on a treadmill. Just walk on a slight incline on a treadmill. Just try and pick up the pace a little bit. So I am definitely here later than I normally would want to be, and my energy is not the best, but I wanted to come anyway because I just don't sleep as well if I haven't had a little bit of exercise, and I did walk around a bit downtown tonight. Sorry, not tonight. Earlier today, but it wasn't enough. So I'm gonna be taking my own advice. I'm just doing like an incline walk here. So I'm not in the mood to run. Then I will lift some weights, and that's probably pretty much it. Then I'll go home and sit on the sofa and relax. Today was a bit of a flop in terms of embroidery though. I didn't get any art really or embroidery done. I got a tiny little patch done right after I made dinner and before I came here. All right, that was well worth doing. I always feel better when I get a workout in. I'm gonna leave it off here. Thanks for watching, spending your day with me, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.